Nigga fan 007. What up? You good? I'm alive, I'm breathing. Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Fucking head, man. Drop this shit. What up?
Alright. I had to do this because everybody been killing me. You on live? It's Beasley and it's Hitman. Y'all on?
Yo. Nah, we not doing that one, man. Come on, man. I didn't call it on his time. You know what I'm saying? I just want to have my time on my time. You know what I'm saying?
You got your time, man.
I'd rather talk to Hitman behind the scenes, because that's like I ain't really have my time to finish expressing my points unless unless we're gonna talk for a specified amount of time, and then after that, you know what I'm saying, we can get back to what I had to say. But I definitely would talk with Hitman and debate with him at any time in front of the world. But I just feel like my time is getting cut short. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is New York bias, man. They have hours to get they.
When y'all done, I got you back on. Like Hitman just happened to call me out the blue.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
He can have the stage, man. I ain't see. That's what you can have it, man. Everybody call.
Thanks, Holler, man. You're such a nice guy, man. Thank you, man.
Ah, come on, B. I mean, we want to see y'all niggas work it out.
We don't. It's not. Me and Holler's last conversation was a peaceful one. You know what I'm saying? Me and him don't have any beef. You've never heard me call him outside of his name. Have you ever heard Eric Beasley disrespect Hitman Howard? Never. I've never called him outside of his name. I've never said anything about our negotiation publicly. All our talks, all our negotiations have been private, off the line, not in front of the world. So I don't have an issue with Hitman Howard. Now, he may feel slighted in certain ways or disagree with certain things that may have transpired over time, and that's fine. And he has the right to his opinion and the freedom to express it. But there's no beef.
Nah, nobody
don't have a beef. We don't have an issue. You know what I'm saying? But you can't negotiate terms in business in front of the world. It's just not how.
You know what though? I didn't even expect that. When he called, I called that shit fake. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because the call dropped. Yo, hey man, you on? All right, he hung up anyway and shit. That was some sweet accident type shit right there. He just happened to call, so I'm like, fuck it, why not and shit. But I didn't know this stuff.
I'm not stressing. Anyway. I mean, but like you see though, I keep it real. I say what it is in front of everybody. I said, yo. I'm not saying that, you know what I mean? I said I would gladly debate with him, but I just want to have a chance, ample time to get my points across. And then if you want to schedule a time for us, to come on the air and talk about differences in opinion, I'm more than welcome that challenge. I don't run from any challenges. I speak purely on facts and information, and I have everything that I say is documented. It's not just It's not just hearsay. You know what I mean? So, as I said, you know what I mean. I'm ready to do that at any time. We can do that tomorrow. Might be even able to do that later tonight. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that. So, to anybody that's listening, I just wanted time to go back over some of the things that I heard, some of the bits and pieces that I heard over this evening's call, and I hope Hitman is tuning in, because in that way he has the opportunity to make a rebuttal if he wants to. But when I was hearing the things when they were on the radio, I wasn't going to call in because I wanted them to have the ample time to express themselves and get all their points across so that people could have an actual time to formulate an opinion. But I know there's some unanswered questions from the other night, so I'd love to get into those. You know what I mean? I know people were saying, well, why did you say pray for St. Louis and you didn't say pray for Harlem, right? Is that one of the big questions? Huh?
Yeah, that was cheap shot.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's take it back, right? So you're smacked. You have an event. You're on stage. You're getting texts. You're getting tweets. You're seeing Averb is on the radio. He's alluding to the fact that this was a conspiracy, against you. Hitman's not showing. I mean, not Hitman. Pardon me. B Magic hasn't shown up. He's making it seem like he was wronged by the URL, and that kind of aided in his decision in not coming. And Young Ill is missing in action. You haven't heard a word from him. You know what I mean? So you're only to think that these people are out to deliberately sabotage you and they're showing you a form of disrespect, right? So what people have to understand is there's no such thing as equal pain. You can't tell a man how to react. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you're walking down the street and somebody pushes you, you might swing and knock them out. You don't just say, oh, I'm going to equally push him back. Your reaction is your reaction. So maybe some things that Smack may have said, or maybe some things that I may have said people don't agree with, and that's fine. They don't have to agree with them. And maybe they weren't necessarily the right things, but they were a reaction. And a lot of things that Hitman has done and a lot of things that the St. Louis guys have done are their personal reaction on how they felt on things. And were they the right things to say? No. So when I said pray for St. Louis, was I being sarcastic? Of course I was. Yes, I can openly admit that. But I could have said a lot of worse things. Oh, they fucking lame for not coming. Fuck them. They suckers. Da-da-da-da. I could have said those types of things, but I didn't say that, right? Now people ask why didn't I say pray for Harlem? Well, when that situation happened, I was in contact with K-Shine. He called me and spoke to me and told me he wasn't coming. So I pulled X Factor to the side, and I told him, yo, K-Shine's not coming, but he's down to battle you in the morning somewhere. You know, can you stay a little bit longer and we'll adjust your flight and pay for your room? And X Factor said, nope, I'm down to do that anyway. So they had already agreed to do that. So the battle was going to happen already. So there was no need to say anything. But something happened with X Factor the following day where he couldn't stay. So he had to leave, which was fine because he wasn't obligated to be there. He was supposed to be there for the night before the battle. And yes, I paid him in full. You know what I'm saying? And never stressed him to come back and make up the battle because it wasn't his fault. So he's always gotten fair treatment from us. And we conducted business in the right way. So he was paid in full, even though he didn't have to do the battle or whatever the case may be because it wasn't his fault. He showed up with his rhymes. He was prepared and ready to battle. It was K-Shine's fault. You know what I'm saying? And we ate the cost and everything on it. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't X Factor's fault. But the reason why I didn't say pray for Harlem is because I knew what K-Shine was, and him and X Factor had agreed to battle the following day. So,
but you know what the
And listen, that was my reaction to someone saying that they wronged, that I felt that they wronged me. You feel what I'm saying? Like if I'm losing thousands of dollars, I got hotel rooms, I got flights, I got disappointed fans, and then I got somebody making it seem that I helped in their time of need, that I wronged them. What did I do besides pay you in full? How did I wrong you, my man? What are you talking about? Then you're saying, oh, I don't know if the bag was right. If I knew I was the main event, I would have done. Cut it out, man. Stop it, man. Stop it. You were paid in full. You have no excuse. And the thing that frustrates me about a lot of fans is they're so blind by their favorite celebrity that they're not looking at the facts and using deductive reasoning and common sense. If I'm saying still, right now, I will fly you up here tomorrow, why are you not questioning your hero? Why is no one calling B Magic and saying, yo, Magic, okay, cool, you had your incident, we believe you. When are you going to make up the battle? When can you do it? You know, then he posts a round, which I don't even call a round. It's a freestyle of the day. That's not a battle round. You know what a battle round is? When you face your opponent on stage, you look them in the eye, you're surrounded in a hot room with hecklers, fans, and your peers, and you deliver your rhyme flawlessly with confidence. You saying your rhyme into a camera where you can repeat it over and over again until you get it right is not a round. That's a freestyle of the day. That was not a round that he spit, that he released. But as you see, before the round even started, he said, yo, I'm not with all the fuckery and this and that. What fuckery are you talking about? You have to be referring to yourself, because we bought your plane ticket, we bought your room, and we paid you in full. There's no argument here. This is a clear-cut case. If someone is saying that I'm wrong, I don't understand how you could possibly say that, and I don't understand how the battle community is not applying the pressure to one of their one of the top stars in the battle community and asking him to answer to this. Now, if it was me and he came here and battled and I didn't have his money and didn't pay him, everybody would be on my helmet right now. Everybody would be going crazy. Oh, URL, you guys do that. Oh, my God, you didn't pay the battler. That's wrong. Why did you have, you know what I mean? But now this guy's paid in full, hotel room not used, flight not used, and everybody's just twiddling their thumbs. And it's like still up for debate, trying to figure out why and what happened. That makes absolutely no sense. I think people need to focus their energy and ask Magic because the ball is in his court.
B, let's be real, man. That nigga wasn't prepared, bro. You think he's prepared? There's too much going on, man.
Look at the rhyme. The video was 2 minutes and 24 seconds, and he made a speech and cleared his throat before it started, which means that his round wasn't even 2 minutes and 30 seconds of written material, which was the specified amount of time in the contract. So he delivered a round or a freestyle of the day that was below what he was contracted and paid for. So I'm absolutely sure that he wasn't prepared. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, he says he's prepared. If he's prepared, we have to believe him, right? And he said through this whole time, and he's maintained through this whole time, that he has 3 full rounds.
I don't believe him.
Deliver the rounds.
I don't believe him
This is
myself.
what I'm saying. I need you guys to call him and ask him, when is he going to deliver the rounds? And if he's not going to deliver the rounds, can he just give us our money back? And when is he going to pay us back? You know what I'm saying? But I don't want the money back. I want the battle.
Yo, you know what's crazy about it? Let's be real. All right, he battled Boy a week before. Does that play a part in your opinion in all this?
Not only does it play a part, it's unfair. It's disrespectful because I didn't even get on that. You know what I'm saying? But you're supposed to appear in New York City for the fans to see you. So you come a week earlier and do the battle? That's mad whack. It's like there's no exclusivity. There's no reason, you know what I mean? It may make people say, I saw him last week. I don't need to see him again this week. That's what you pay for. You know what I'm saying? I might have to put that clause into my contracts. No battles a week before. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all should all do that shit. I don't know why y'all not all doing that. I'm dead up.
So, I think the B Magic case is a clear and cut one. I mean, if he comes on the show and he wants to debate otherwise, you know what I mean, we can go to the contracts. The contracts and the agreements are signed and agreed to. Nothing has changed. And I'm saying this again to everybody who's just tuning in. We are prepared to fly him in tomorrow. He can call in the show right now, and we will book his flight. And as long as Av is ready tomorrow, they can battle tomorrow. We can do it just like Big T and Sue Surf. Anywhere he wants to do it. Now, he has to come and represent. And
every tweet beat Magic right now.
Now,
if he's ready, you should be getting a phone call in like an hour, not even.
Right. And the reason, listen, let's be clear here, man. You know, I enjoy this. This is fun to me. Having these debates, having this drama, I love it. This is wrestling. I don't take it seriously. I don't take it to heart. I'm not angry at anybody. You know what I'm saying? But I have to understand. Of course, when I say certain things, if I say, now I said my speech. Now in my speech was clean. I didn't disrespect anybody. I didn't call anybody out of their name. I didn't. The thing that got people angry was when I said pray for St. Louis. And of course, that was very strategic and it was done on purpose. And that was my way of evoking energy in a verb, B Magic and Young Ill. I'm being, strategic. I'm putting the pressure of their city on them. So because they didn't show up, one guy didn't call, the other guy had no excuse to come, and then, the ringleader is on the radio snickering and laughing about it like it's funny, of course I'm going to take offense to it. So my reaction to them was to say that. Now what that does is that got everybody in this city like, come on, man, you're making us look bad, putting the pressure on them to get them to either come and do the battle or come and perform. All it was about. So anybody, you know what I mean, that now you can choose that. That's exactly why I did it. You know what I'm saying? There's a strategic move. It's something to evoke energy, to get people talking, to get people, you know, uptight. And that's exactly what it did. You know, it sent them into a fury. And then they came on the radio, and then they had their reaction to my comment. You know what I mean? And then what was their reaction? Was it a harsher one? What was it? Chico's a faggot ass nigga. He's a weak ass nigga. Smack's a clown. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? These are all these things that were said off of me saying pray for St. Louis. These are the attacks that came in on your show. And anybody that thinks otherwise can go back to the date, which I believe was the 27th, and aired the following day, and you can listen to the reaction from Team St. Louis. It was a much harsher reaction than pray for St. Louis. It turned into faggot-ass nigga sucker. So that's their reaction. Am I mad at them? No, because I said something that I knew would make them upset, and I got a reaction from them. And they shouldn't be mad at me because they did something that made me upset, and they got a reaction from me. It's all fair. It's all war on the battlefield. But what the fans and the people have to understand is on URL social media, on Beasley social media, Nord social media, no one mentioned or said anything about Young, Ill, or B Magic. Nothing. Nothing was spoken about. They took it upon themselves to go on radio shows, to go on social media, to make comments about us and do things about us and say things about us that painted us and our brand in a negative light. So I am only left to defend myself, telling the real story. So I don't put people on blast. Anybody that knows me knows I don't do that. People have no idea what I do for people. You know what I mean? In their personal lives. The phone bills I've paid, the bills I've paid, the rent, the electric bill, all these things. But I never speak on it. I never put anyone on blast. I never tell anyone or lend some people money. I never say anything. I only will do that if you attack me. If you attack me, then I'm only left to defend myself. Then I have to speak up and clear the air and let people know, hey, look, that's not the situation. Do you not remember when this happened? Because people always get this convenient amnesia, and they forget about the times when you do something for them. As in Ava was saying, they don't get any love, but he's the one guy from St. Louis that went on BET and had a chance to freestyle via the URL platform. But he has convenient amnesia, and he's forgotten that.
But
so
you
we
know
have
what,
to remind the people.
You know what, Beasley? They feel like they played a real important part in the URL, and I feel like they definitely did. You know what I'm saying? Also, so they
But this is the thing. Who said that they didn't? Who said that St. Louis movement didn't? Who said that the Midwest movement didn't? We've never said that. We've never said, hey, New York built this thing. We've never said that. Those statements have never come out of my mouth. They've never come out of Smack's mouth. So when you say that, you know, that it really has no validity because that's not coming from us. You know what I'm saying? What they're saying is they're using specific instances where they felt that they were mistreated. I'm dispelling all the myths. We've already broken down the movie thing. We've broken down the television thing and the lack of support that they've gotten via the Wildin' Out platform for the St. Louis Battlers, yet I'm the one who's putting them on BET. I'm the one who tried to put B Magic in the first URL cipher, but he didn't get picked. I'm the one who submitted Aberg's name for this year's cipher, but then they took it away this year, and they're going to have Sway curate the cipher. So this is all factual information that I can back up, that I have documented. This is not just me talking. And I challenge anyone that wants me to bring out this information, I can release the information, and I can prove it, and I can show it. You know what I'm saying?
Beasley. I know the St. Louis Battlers, they had a real problem with what Smack said on stage about we got to stop booking crackheads. Like, that was that Young Ill. Like, he didn't have to say his name, but we knew what he was talking about.
Okay. Right. Now, again,
but he can't say that and then y'all put QP again. QP just said he back on URL.
Listen. Is it the right thing for Smack to say? Do I agree with it? No, I don't agree with him saying that. But that's how he felt. He felt like they conspired against him to ruin his event. He lost thousands of dollars, and maybe that was his reaction. He referenced what someone else said. But when you reference it, basically you're saying. But he referenced what someone else had said. You'll stop booking me against these, whatever, the term that was used and who you said who we were talking about. You know what I mean? But look, he made a comment, and Ill made a comment back. He didn't say Ill's name, but Ill made a comment back, whole ass nigga, or whatever the case may be. That's just as out of line. But that's a reaction to what someone did to you. So Smack said a comment about, or made a reference that people thought applied to Ill. Ill responded with the Ill comment back towards Smack. Smack made his comment based on them not showing up and snickering and laughing on the radio like it's a conspiracy. He felt disrespected, and maybe that's how he felt. So he said what he said. There is no such thing as equal pain. When you disrespect someone or you do something to someone, it retaliates with you with different ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what, though? In that same aspect, Clean got hit up in that. Some drive-by shit.
Yeah, I mean, however it is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think that the energy was directed towards him. But,
yeah, on purpose.
You know what I mean? I don't think it's. I honestly, I spoke to him after it. You know what I'm saying? Because me and him spoke, and I said, come on, you can't. You're boss, man. You can't do that. You know what I mean? And his thing was like, yeah, I was just frustrated. I was a little late. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, where does that leave me? He's like, do I apologize? He's like, I will apologize if they apologize for the way that they handled their business and made us lose thousands of dollars. If he apologizes to me for that, I have no problem apologizing for what I referenced from Homie. You know what I'm saying? He's like, was it wrong? Yeah, but it was wrong what they did too. So it's like, it is what it is at this point. You know what I mean? Once you cross the line and you're not communicating with somebody, and it's evident that Ill is fine, because if that was the case and he wasn't fine, you'd have Verb on the radio saying, yo, that's wrong. See, he's going at Ill and Ill's in the hospital. Or he's going at wrong and it's Ill and his uncle is sick. Or whatever the case may be, or whatever the reason is. It's been a week later. We still haven't heard from Ill. He hasn't contacted us. He hasn't texted us. He hasn't called us. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's been paid. He wasn't paid in full, but he was paid his deposit. His flight was purchased, and his hotel room was ready. He specified that he wanted a hotel in the middle of Manhattan, and we purchased it, and he didn't show. And then, the fans are disappointed. People are upset. And then, you got these guys on the radio while they're supposed to be on stage laughing and snickering about the whole event. And using this as using it as a way to get his agenda across. So of course, Smack is only to think that, okay, this is coincidental. Both guys don't show up. One guy's paid in full, the other guy never picks up the phone, and then somebody from their main representative is on the radio right away talking about using this as this time to say that URL mistreats them. This is not coincidental. And that's what he's feeling and thinking. So, sometimes things come out when people are upset. And like I said, I'm not saying that I necessarily agree with what he said, but like I said, there's no equal pain. You can't tell someone how to react. So just as I said, pray for St. Louis. But look, I said pray for St. Louis, and what was Hitman's response? Chico's a faggot. You know
but Beasley, you gotta understand. But Beasley, Hitman's a battler. You're a league owner. You're a business. You're a company.
Right.
That's
so
different.
What was so damning about my comment? Just explain to me what was so damning about it.
Pray for St. Louis because it was simple. You didn't have to curse, but it was like you got straight underneath their skin, and you knew you would say that. I knew you would.
Right, but okay, I've openly admitted that it was a response to an attack from them. So they struck first, and I defended myself. I didn't disrespect the city of St. Louis. And when people forget, in the speech, I said, we love the battlers from St. Louis and their legacy and what they've provided, and we love the fans from St. Louis and their support that they've provided. I said that in my speech. I didn't disrespect anyone. I didn't call anyone out of their name. I didn't shit on anyone. I said something that I knew would electrify them, because what I wanted to do, what it was said for, it was said to cause a reaction to the fans, to their homeboys that listen and follow the culture, for them to say, yo, man, what's up with y'all, man, to question us. Why would y'all do that? Why would y'all try to single-handedly wreck an event? What would be the purpose in that? Or, yo, B-Magic, you've been paid in full. Why would you not show up? You're ill. Why, if you wasn't going to make it and you had a baby shower to attend, why didn't you call them? Why didn't you let anybody know? You didn't text nobody. Verb, you knew they called you the night before. They sent you out looking for ill and calling. You know what I mean? You were calling around looking for him. Even Hitman was tweeting that he was picking up a young ill to hit the St. Louis streets in the midst of us looking for him. But nobody knows where he's at and can find him, and then he just never calls. So, of course, you know, you're going to think like, okay, this is a constructed thing. Yeah, they'll deny it. But, I mean, add it up, you know, look at it for what it is. And let's say it's not. Let's say it's not. It wasn't a conspiracy. Hey, let's just say this is a chain of strange events that transpired. At the end of the day, it was all still handled with a disrespectful manner and unprofessional. So you can't say on one hand it's okay for them to do something, but then the next person can't react to what happens and defend themselves. It's just a contradiction, guys.
You know what, Beasley? How long are you going to deal with the disrespect from the top tier, you think?
I'm going to deal with it forever, and I embody it and I embrace it. I'm not the one who's frustrated. I'm just going to handle my business and respond to it. But it's back to business to me. I'm looking to book tickets. We up here talking about what happened last weekend. We should be thinking moving forward. What are we going to do that's progressive to make the culture bigger? Get the battles done. The money's been paid. The flights are ready. The hotels are ready. Now the question is, what are you guys going to do, Team St. Louis? Are you going to come and fulfill your obligations? Or are you going to use these little arguments and this petty stuff back and forth as an excuse to back out? I'm not backing out. I've already lost money. I'm the biggest loser in the situation. You know why? Because even if I tape the battle, I have to be a sucker because I've been disrespected. I got to buy some more plane tickets. You got to buy some more hotel rooms. Then when these guys come and show up and do the good job that I know they're going to do, they're going to be stars all over again because this battle's been so hyped. So at the end of the day, these guys win. I don't win. I still lose money. But I'm still willing to do it for the fans and for the sake of my brand. You know, whenever battles don't happen on URL or something jumps in the way, we always make it up. We always get it done. I can't say that for everybody else. We cut shit down and we get it done.
You know what, though, B? Like, a lot of people have been not showing up to battles. Like, what should happen to them people? Like, too many people are not showing up.
Right, but there has to be some accountability. There needs to be accountability with the fans. The fans have to start holding everybody accountable for their actions. Just like you hold the accountable. The fans don't hold them accountable.
You want the fans to tweet?
The fans make excuses for them to make them feel like it's okay. Like, oh, fuck URL, man. They should have just, did whatever. It's not your fault, man. You're the one who's right. You know what I mean? They placate them. You know what I'm saying? When you do wrong, you do wrong. And that's just what it is.
That shit is crazy. But it's starting to really take over. People not showing up. People not being prepared. Like, there's never going to be a penalty at all. You think is that needed?
Well, I mean, it's really hard to police this thing because this is the wild, wild west. You know what I mean? And that's why it's like, when no one's under contract, everybody's just a renegade going from league to league to league. This is what happens. You know what I'm saying? Now, see, people always get at me for the contract thing, but this is a clear example of what happens when there's no control. You have a guy who's a talented MC. You know what I mean? Will never take anything away from B Magic. He's one of the best. I like B Magic. He's a very entertaining MC, but he's taking too many battles. You can't possibly show up with that high level of quality every time. You know what I mean? You're gonna lose some battles. So he comes in, he last minute battle. He comes to the city where he's supposed to be performing at, where he's already been paid in full, which I'm sure he was paid more to battle here, and then he blows off our battle and goes and does a battle, and goes and does another battle. And now he's forced to try to scramble and finish up his round before he comes back to battle over here the following week. And then, as we've all seen, I mean, we're speculating that he wasn't ready at the fullest level. Even if he had 3 rounds, would it have been his best material of 3 rounds? I know what Magic is capable of, and what I heard was not what I hired him for. You know what I'm saying? But I know what he can do. You know what I'm saying? But what would make me feel better is if he just kept it a G and just said, "Yo, listen, I wasn't prepared like I thought I was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it up in 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Give me some extra time." You know what I'm saying? But then when you're saying that you're prepared and you're ready right now, you got your rounds, but you're trying to use, an agenda that Averb has implemented into your mind, that's corny. But let's get past that. Let's separate that from happening. The event happened already. I got the plane ticket. We got the room. What's up?
Period. So this right here is the call out. B Magic, what's up?
There's nothing we can discuss. Put all our differences aside for the sake of the battle. You know what I'm saying? Let's put all our differences aside. I've never disrespected B Magic. I've never called him outside of his name. I have only spoken facts, and I have only spoken on this issue after they did.
Mm-hmm.
Documented. It's clearly documented that they spoke first. They said nothing about ill. Smack said nothing about ill. Nunu Nels, Norbs, Twiz, P. Nobody has mentioned anything about them not coming, why they didn't come, shit on their name. No one said nothing about them. We only responded when they went to radio and social media first and painted a bad picture of the scenario. I will not allow that. I will defend it at all costs and all times.
So Beasley, moving forward, URL moving forward, are y'all gonna continue to book guys who, have no shows or a show with no rounds and shit like that? Are y'all gonna continue to book them because they sell tickets, or are y'all just not gonna fuck with them? Because Charlie Clips had no rounds versus Rumney. He had 1 round versus Rumney. I've been to mad battles where he didn't have anything prepared. So are y'all going to keep booking him because he sells tickets, or are y'all going to book people that's going to give us?
Right. Now, you see what the theme of Born Legacy was. You know what I mean? It was about guys. I didn't care about the names. I was just going for, rough matches. Guys that just want to get in there and rumble. You know what I'm saying? And we got a great result. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But towards some of Manises and the Gnomes, those what we saying though.
Yeah. Are you gonna still book the big
towards
names?
Some of Manises and the Gnomes.
Oh man, see that's another thing with the fans. You guys, a lot of times they'll say we'll put up a card, and before it even happens, they'll, this sucks. I don't want to see this. Oh, they're not known material. We got to break out of that mindset. You know what I'm saying? And just trust us. We say something.
Hey,
and look, if it sucks, if the card sucks after it happens, tell us it sucks. And you know what? We'll do more battles. There's this sense of finality with every event. What's up?
Hey, yo, you probably going to say I'm wrong, but fuck that shit. I feel like you're saying this. Like, let's keep it 100. URL as a business is rolling, and niggas either got to get down with what y'all doing or they on their own. Period.
What do you mean?
Like,
explain. What do you mean?
I mean, URL is okay. Subscriber wise, you're number one. You control a lot of things, battle rap wise. A lot of people have come for you. You blocked battles. They said you know what I'm saying. Done all kind of things. Y'all looking out for yourselves.
What battles to be blocked? I mean, the last one I heard was supposed to be Chilla versus A-Verb or whatever.
Yeah, with Chilla versus Verb, they was saying.
That. Let me tell you something.
Suge
The
Hitman.
thing about that scenario, huh?
Suge and Hitman.
Suge and Hitman.
Right. Well,
Multiple times.
If you advance somebody money and they're in a contract, you know what I'm saying? You don't just let them go. You know what I'm saying? Because who's paying that money back? Like, if I pay you money for a reason, I'm doing business. You know, when King of the Dot books Iron Solomon for multiple battles, it's fine. Nobody has anything to say about it. But if I do, I'm blocking battles. You feel what I'm saying?
So wait a minute. Are you saying after the Mook battle you mean with Iron Solomon?
What I'm saying is King of the Dot did a multi-deal battle with Iron Solomon, which was a great move. It was great business, right? But the point that I'm making is when I do similar deals, you know, I'm blocking battles because the artists want to just jump in front of who they want to jump in front of, and then when it doesn't happen, URL blocked the battle. Then, you know, this, that, the other. No, I'm doing business. I have this guy paid out, and we're working with him, or we have a situation worked out that works for us, and we're not just going to release him off to go do what he wants to do. That's not fair. Then what's the purpose in us paying the money or working out the situation to do something for somebody? You know what I'm saying? Why are we responsible for putting people on TV? Why are we responsible for getting you on Sirius Radio? Why is that our job? We're not your manager. We pay you to battle and you battle. If you're saying that you want certain perks, you get those perks just by being on URL. You get the residual effect of battling on this platform. You know what I'm saying? If you're on URL, you're not on URL, you're not in a barbershop conversation. Bottom line. You're not, nobody's talking about you in that way, like on the street. You know what I'm saying? You may have some internet love, and that's great too, but it's just a different thing. It's a totally different thing. Do I help some people get on the radio? Yes. Do I help people get opportunities on BET and other platforms that I'm privy to? Yes, I do. But a lot of times it's because those people call me and ask me, and they're serious about what they're doing. And generally, when I do something like that, you know, it has to be reciprocated. Why would I burn up my own resources in helping people that are not down with what I'm doing? You guys got to remember, you know, we've had a story that don't be fooled. You know what I'm saying? As much as me and A-Verb argue, we have this kind of sick respect for each other because we both have these, you know, sarcastic, you know, swift-moving, intelligent minds. So we kind of admire each other from afar. You know what I'm saying? We respect each other. Me and A-Verb speak often. I might speak to A-Verb 3-4 times a week. And we're cursing each other out behind the scenes. You're a slime ball. What's up, y'all? Did you watch the game? Yeah, whatever. Whatever. You don't fuck with us. We don't fuck with you. And when we hang up the phone. But we, you know, like, despite the picture that he may paint, there is a mutual respect because we do speak to each other multiple times a week, even when he's not having a battle. But he is firm about his opinion that he feels that he's not treated right or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm firm in the opinion that, and I'll tell him, like, yo, bro, the week you quit the battle and return the money and you tell him all the shit, you're not riding with me, you riding with the Midwest, that's when I got the BET call. So why am I going to call you back after you just dubbed the battle and dipped out on me? And then the year prior, you know what I'm saying, when people forget, you know, Hitman had some serious threats against Smack. Word to his flag, he's going to knock him out and all types of stuff, but people don't say anything. Like, but when one thing is said about a battler from him, it's like, oh my God, this is so terrible. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? But people forget, you know what I'm saying, when he's threatened, word is flag, he's gonna get knocked out. He's a weak ass nigga. He's a faggot ass nigga. These are things that are said about. These are things that are said about Smack too. So it's like a two sides to the coin, and you can't just ignore one side and pretend like it didn't happen. You know, both people you could say are wrong, or you could say both people are justified in their reaction to what they felt the other person did to make them feel.
Yeah, but the same sense, y'all still a company, y'all still a business. Hitman's not.
But we're still human. We're still
True.
men. You know what I mean? Angry fan. You know, and you're a business and a brand. But if somebody gets crazy with you, you're going to get crazy back. You have no choice. You're a man first. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So we try to maintain a certain level of respect. But, you know, at certain times, you're going to have to come out and you're going to have to defend yourself. It's just what it is. So if you want to even get back on that subject with the Chilla Jones and A-Bird battle, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it was something that was supposed to be taking place. But, I mean, let's be real. It was theoretical. There was really no proof of it. T-Top contacted us. You know what I'm saying? He did. He was going to do it. And we okayed T-Top to do it. You can ask. You know what I'm saying? Because he was still technically under his contract at the time. You know what I'm saying? It was coming up, but the time that he was served the paperwork, it was still under the terms. Even though the actual battle wouldn't have happened when he would have been out of his contract, it was still under the terms. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, hey, was money there? Get it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody signed their contracts, but the money didn't come. But I just find it funny kind of saying, and no disrespect to Chilla, but the guy with the smallest profile on the card not being on there automatically just destroys the whole event. That just doesn't make sense. A-Verb in St. Louis. There's 20 more guys that would have stood in front of him for that bag. That would have been a bigger battle than Chilla. You can't tell me that Chilla Jones not being on the card just disintegrated the whole thing. And then his man was like, well, then I just went on tour and I just was like, I was done with it. So it sounded like a combination of frustration and him just throwing his hands up. Not that anyone stepped away from it or not that we wrecked it. And just because, you know, we have an agreement with somebody and they can't be a part of it, that doesn't mean that your event is ruined. Like, we didn't stop T-Top from being in the event. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was like, hey, because there was a certain amount of money that he was supposed to get. That was a lot of money. So we said, all right, fine. If that's the bread you're going to get, then go get, you know, then we can structure it, get the money. You know what I'm saying? So people, you know, often say, oh, you block battles. You know, people do business. You know what I'm saying? It just so happens that people want to battle the guys that we have situations with. You know? And it's not that we're blocking battles or we're going out of our way to shut down this and stop that. You know, we work hard to market and promote and build the guys up and give them these looks. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying this from day one. I don't want the guys that we have to battle on other platforms if I can. I just don't want it to happen. It's not advantageous to us. You know what I'm saying?
What? Like, you know what? I have a question. Is it made clear to the battlers you cannot go nowhere else? Because I don't understand why they're accepting other battles if that's made clear to them.
Well, it depends. It depends on who it is, and we don't do it with everybody. You know what I'm saying? We do it with certain people that we're going to give attention to. Like, you can't tell me that it wasn't beneficial to Briggs and T-Top. It was very beneficial to them. Their profiles are very high right now. Them staying with URL was the best thing that they could have done. It has made them, it has fast-tracked them to the top, along with their talent. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they had to, you know, to win the battles or at least make them debatable. But it's worked for them. You know what I'm saying? And it's our way, because then you have situations that happen with B-Magic, where you're taking every bag possible, and then you do a bag a week in the city before you're supposed to come back the following week, and then now your rhymes are not at the level that they could be because you're doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you're left with a situation now where the fans are disappointed because he took a battle that probably, you know, I don't want to shit on the battle, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't as anticipated as the battle as the one that that he didn't do.
It's
So
him and
like,
Al. Let's be serious. Yeah.
you know what I mean? And this is in no disrespect to that league owner or the MC that he stood in front of. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, you know, by doing like that one move, it's costing him more grief than good. Whatever he got paid isn't worth what he's going through right now. It's not worth the social media attack. It's not worth all the radio drama. And it's not worth the stress that he has right now trying to come up with the rounds to face that. You know, right now he's been quiet all of a sudden and he has no answer. What is it going to be? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I don't know, man. B-Magic, we got to see what's up with you, man. This nigga, like, he's... All right, so, you know what, though? I wanted to ask you this. All right, so you speak to Verb 3-4 times a week. How come Hitman said y'all don't talk to him at all for, like, ever, like, months at a time?
I mean, Hitman is one person, Verb is another. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I mean, just because I have a relationship with Hitman doesn't mean that I dislike him. It just means that we don't talk. I mean, he doesn't call me either. You know, when you build a relationship with somebody, it's, you know, you're calling each other mutually. It's not, you know, I'm not going to call somebody mad times and then they never call me. Verb, I call Verb as much as he calls me. So it's like, you know, he will never say that we're friends. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. I take it all with a grain of salt. But you know, you're not going to just talk to somebody 3-4 times a week when you're not even booked. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't have a problem with Holler. You know what I'm saying? I don't have an issue with him. We just never developed that type of a friendship. You know what I'm saying? I guess, you know, he has his friends and I got my friends. You know what I'm saying? And you know, sometimes people have different personalities and others click with other people better. But it's not that, you know, I'm against them or I dislike them. You know what I'm saying? If he calls me, I take his calls, I pick up the phone, and usually when I call him or I text him, he responds to my
Nigga,
call.
007. What up? You good? I'm alive, I'm breathing. Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Fucking head, man. Drop this shit.